In this video, I will be teaching you how to do a wheelie. In my last video, I taught you how to do a manual. So today, we're going to be working on wheelies. In order to do a wheelie, you must have the right equipment. You must have the right standards for your bike. So, you want a good tire pressure, like this is not too bad. I just recently filled them, so they're pretty good. Check this, not too loose. Make sure your brakes are good. So here's an example. For example, you'll be able to press your left brake, which is your front wheel. Then you will press your right brake and pull it backwards and see if you're able to lift it up off of the ground. Another thing, you'll know when your gear is at the right point. You'll be able to pedal, and when I'm teaching you these things, you'll be able to do your wheelie, and if you start to fall down or fall backwards, you'll know whether or not you're on the right gear. So for instance, an easy gear or one of the biggest loops is not going to be a good thing. You want to be one of the middle circles. So probably like this. Right now, I'm on the 7th biggest circle. So, the 7th easiest gear, moving on to the hardest gear. This goes along with me saying that you have to have the right gear for your bike. You also have to have the right height for your seat. So you want it a little bit higher up, like this, so that you can do the wheelie better. If you're sitting down, your weight is going to be push more toward the center and you won't be able to get up. The reason why it's good for a manual, like I showed you in the last video, is because you have to be able to lean back super far. This, you're leaning back not so much, and it's a little bit easier because you have the height. It's your decision, not mine, but I'd advise a helmet because maybe if you saw my manual video, I fell straight back and it hurt a lot. Luckily, I was wearing a helmet, and I was okay. Another thing is that it's nice to have a backpack and gloves on. If you have gloves on, you can have more grip to your bike. If you have a backpack on and you fall, then you'll be able to sustain the injuries. Now, I think it's about time to get into the wheelies. Let's do this. I like to start my wheelies by standing up. You want to compress your front fork. Then release and pull up. Try just practicing that and that only for now. You want to practice that step multiple times, okay? And once you've done that, you want to compress, pull up, release at the same time, lean back, and put in one pedal stroke. If you did that and fell backwards, try pressing your right brake and it will allow you to fall forwards. So actually, I want you to practice doing that, leaning back, falling, pressing your right brake, and then coming down to the ground. You notice how I was starting to go up, I fell backwards, then I immediately fell back down. It's because I pressed my right brake, and my tire was going very fast using its momentum, and then immediately the momentum was stopped, which caused me to fall back to the ground. And I was able to keep on riding. So if you're ever doing a wheelie and you start to fall backwards, I'd advise you to press your right brake and you will fall back to the ground, as long as you do it correctly. Now, try to do everything I just taught you. Compress the front fork, release, pull up, do a pedal stroke, lean back, keep on pedaling, and try to keep your balance, because that is the most important thing for a wheelie. If you begin to fall backwards, press the brake. If you begin to fall forwards, try to lean back a little bit further and pedal more.